At the end of this video, you will be able to make assemblies like this and this. We upload videos every week, so please subscribe to be updated and don't forget to hit that like button. Erase the not displayed parts from the memory by clicking on the Erase Not Displayed. Select the working directory. You can either open the assembly from an existing file or create a new one. Select assembly, type the name, the description of the assembly, deselect the default option and click OK. Select the measurement units, either mm or inches, in absolute or relative. Type the description, which will be displayed in the parameters. Click OK. You can see the description you typed and the model by in the parameters. Assemble. Select the part. In user defined, choose default, which places the model in the default position. Click OK. Open the next part. Choose cylindrical constraint. Select the cylindrical faces. If the assembly is not satisfactory, you can edit it by clicking on the part and edit definition. We're going to place the pin in the middle, so select the planes and coincide them. It can also be done by distance and typing in the value. Open the next part. Select the cylindrical faces and coincide. orient it by selecting angle offset. In order to do that, select the planes and define the angle. Similarly, the next O-ring can be assembled. Similarly, assemble the next ring. Click OK. Now we are going to see how we can use the layer tree and the tree filters. You can see the model tree. Here, if we unhide all the datum planes and axes, these are visible. In tree filters, apply and OK. So now if you check the model tree, you can see all the features that were used. Let's hide them. Go to the tree filter, unhide and apply an OK. So now the features are hidden. Let's unhide them again. Let's check the layer tree. In the layer tree, we can select the different axes, planes that were used while creation of the model. In order to select multiple selections, click Ctrl and then make the selections. Once your selections are done, you can hide them. Right click and hide. Let's return to the model tree. We'll open a Solidworks part. In order to do that, click on New, select Assembly, type the file name. Here we are naming it as connecting rod assembly. We can write a common description about the part. Uncheck the use template. And we're going to select units as millimeters. In description, type the description, and you can type your name in model by. Click OK. Click on assemble. Here it's important to select Solidworks parts or assemblies. Open the Solidworks part. As you can see in the model tree, the features are not displayed as it is a Solidworks assembly. Click on assembly. Type in the file name. Uncheck the use default template. We will select millimeters as the unit. Now we'll display the axis and the plane. Click on datum plane, select the plane, translate it, you can see in the model tree that a new datum plane has been created. Go to pattern, and here we're going to select the direction. Select the plane along which you need the pattern to be created. Choose the number of instances and the spacing. As you can see, the datum plane has been patterned along the direction of the selected plane. We will create axis on these datum planes. So click axis. Select the datum plane where the axis needs to be created. As you can see, at the intersection of the two planes, the axis has been created. Let's create another one. Let's select this plane and this plane. Again, it's created perpendicular to the first axis that we have created. Similarly, we have created another axis. We can create a pattern using the pre-existing pattern, that is the pattern in the memory. Directly click the axis and create the pattern with the pre-existing pattern as shown. We're going to add an assembly now. Click on assemble. We're going to select the part which we want to add. We have added the part. As soon as we add it, we have to provide the constraints. There are different constraints in Creo, which can be seen here. And there's user defined. For now, let's select pin, which means that the crankshaft is going to rotate about an axis. For that, we have to specify the axis where we want the rotation. Let's select these two axes. We also provide translation so that the connecting rod is fixed along the axis direction. We'll select this plane and the right plane. Click OK to exit. We'll assemble this piston head in the crankshaft. Before we do that, let's flip the crankshaft. Go to placement, click on the constraint and then flip. Click OK to exit. Let's assemble the piston head now. Edit definition, position where we want to, and we're going to provide the slider constraint. Select slider. We have selected the axis. Now let's align the planes. We are going to align it with the datum plane. Repeat can be used to create multiple part assemblies. Select the constraints and add. Now these constraints are copied. We just have to specify the assembly constraints. So we want this axis and this plane. Let's make the next selection, another one, and so on. As you can see, it's a very quick process to create assemblies with similar constraints. Once satisfactory, click OK. As you can see in the model tree, multiple piston parts have been assembled using the same constraint. Let's assemble a connecting rod. Select all files to view other format files like Solidworks, parts and assemblies. Click on the assembly, open. We're going to select pin constraint for this portion of the connecting rod and the piston head. Select the surface. For translation, select the planes. Now we'll connect the bottom portion of the connecting rod with the crankshaft. For that, create a new set with the constraint changed to cylinder. Now select this surface with this surface of the connecting rod and crankshaft. Click OK to exit. Select the connecting rod, click repeat to create multiple assemblies. Select the constraints. Before selecting the constraints, make sure that you know which constraints to be selected. Click Ctrl and select all the constraints that were previously selected and add. Now follow the same sequence to create multiple assemblies. Repeat by selecting the surface, plane, and the surface of the crankshaft. If not satisfactory, you can always remove or redo it. We're going to see how we can do that. Delete the selection and redo it. Select the surface, the plane, and then the correct surface. Do the same with the other piston heads and connect them to the crankshaft. Click OK when done with the assembly. You can save the assembly once satisfactory.